Hi guys, welcome to Short Note Life. So in today's video, we're going to do this beautiful butterfly set. But first, Madam Glam actually sent out 4 products for me to review today. And I'm so excited because they finally released their rose gold gel paint. You guys know I have been patiently waiting for them to release this product. I didn't know if they were going to do it, but I'm so excited that they actually did do it. And yes, I did say patiently waiting because this I know I'm going to use all of the time. I recommend all of their gel paints, especially the gold gel paint, the silver gel paint. They're just perfect in my opinion. I didn't use it in today's video, but I will be using it soon. And I did want to show you that it does have the same benefits as the regular polishes, which Madam Glam is a certified vegan company. They're cruelty free. They have a 21 free formula. They're palm oil free and they're henna free. But this first color up is called Under Pressure. I'm sorry I didn't show you the bottom, but it's an Aurora polish that has a blue purple shift. And then this next color is called Shaker, and it is a nude polish, but it's a sheer nude polish. And then the next color up is called Flirty. It's a nude polish as well. A few of you may know I want to get more into press-ons, so I'm trying to find more nudes that I can layer or even use as their own. And I really love these 2 colors. Like, I feel like these are the perfect shade, and they could go with a lot of skin tones. Like, I really do love these. I believe Shaker is to the right. I'm just gonna put an arrow in the name so you can see which is which. But I'm so excited to share these with you guys. And if you want to check out any of these polishes, I will put a link down in the description box down below that will take you directly to Madam Glam's website. And if you don't want to be a VIP member, just hit pay as you go and continue to check out. And if my code does not pop up when you go to the link down in the description box, I'll pop it up right here. But yes, let's just get into this set right now. So first off, I've already prepped these tips with some primer, so they're kind of sticky, and then I'm just putting some base gel on them now. In all honesty, I do not have a plan, and I actually messed up right here. As you can see, this is laid out for a left hand. I sized these to go toward my right hand, so if they look a little weird in the photo, like thumbnail, it's because I had to swap some fingers around to make them make sense. But yeah, hopefully I don't make that mistake again. I am applying Flirty to the thumb, the pointer, and the pinky, and then I'm also taking Lucky number 9, which is the blue, Light Lilac, which is the purple, Love's Veil, which is the pink. And I'm going to create a design. This thumb is done because that was my tester finger to see if this is what I wanted to do. I changed it. It's not what stayed on the pointer and pinky. But first up, I decided to do an ombre on the ring and the middle nail. So first I'm going to take Love's Veil, and this is this is Lucky number 9. I'm sorry. I'm going to do an ombre, but I do want to mention that I do dab this onto the palette to release some of that polish. I do this because when you put on too much, I notice that it kind of slides a little bit, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to get the perfect amount on the nail. So I've already cured that first layer. This is the second layer, and then I remembered that trick where you sprinkle acrylic on it, and it's supposed to help you blend. And I had already decided to do 3 coats, so this wasn't a waste. So yeah, I had just went ahead, sprinkled the acrylic on here, and then I do the 3rd coat. So this is cured, and here is the 3rd coat. What I noticed with using the sponge is, like, even though you can't see a harsh line, it wasn't as blended as I wanted. And what I think would have made it more blended is had I used a transition color in between it, if that makes sense. So if I do this again, I would definitely use a transition color in between it. Something to make it like make sense, I guess. I could have definitely used that purple in the middle. So the next step I did was I used the Love's Veil at the top, and then I used the Light Lilac at the bottom. And this is the same sponge, I just cut off the top part of it. Again, I did dab off the excess so it wouldn't be too much on the nail. You can go straight in if you want to. I just feel like too much product and it slips a little bit too much for me. And then this one, I did go ahead and I added the acrylic on the first layer. And you do not need to do 3 layers. I was perfectly happy with 2 layers. I just, in my mind, had already decided to do 3 layers, which is why I did that. But I think 2 layers would have been perfect as well. As you can see, this is the 2nd coat, and I feel like this was perfect. And with each coat, your opacity is going to build up more and more as well. I just want to mention that. And I did one more coat, which is why I've had that one finger up. And now I just wipe these nails off with some alcohol because I did use acrylic powder and sprinkle that in there. And just in case any loose powder is left on there, I don't want it to get into my polish. So I'm going to take under pressure and I'm going to go over the middle and the ring finger. I love this color because it can be very subtle or it can pop. So I did use it on my pointer and pinky, and on there I guess I use a lot less, so it's very subtle on there, but you can still see that little shift, and I think it's so beautiful, as well as on the middle and ring, which is more on there, so it pops a lot more. So right now I'm just doing, I don't even know what to call this. I just threw on all three colors I used to do the ombre, and I'm just putting it in the nail, well, on the nail, I'm sorry. And I'm kind of blending it a little bit with my brush. I didn't want to blend it too much. I still wanted you to see all of the colors, but at the same time it did blend into a beautiful purple color as well. But I still really wanted to make sure you saw the pink, which is why I went in and added a little bit more pink here. And I want you to see the blue and the purple. You definitely want to be cautious with how much polish you put on the nail during this technique, which I don't even know if this is a technique. I just thought of it and I just did it, because you can quickly put on too much and you would need to take some off. And I did kind of put on too much on the pinky and I had to file that at the end. But yeah, I really like the way this turned out. You don't want to make it muddy, but you do want to still have the colors blend. I really just wanted them to blend where you couldn't see where one started or began, if that makes sense. And then I used this perfect white and I just went down the side of that V French. I just felt like it would make the nail pop and stand out a little bit more. Looking back after I have finished the set, I also could have thrown on that rose gold where I put the white, and that would have made that pop a little bit more as well, but I didn't think about that at the moment. But right now I'm going to start drawing my butterfly. And my biggest tip is don't let drawing butterflies be an intimidation. I'm going to share a tip that kind of helped me, and I got this from Miss Jo's Nail Co, which is like once you get the lines inside the butterfly, just round them out. And I feel like ever since I heard her tip to do that, I've really been able to draw butterflies a lot better, and I'll show you what that means in a moment. But when you draw your butterfly, there are so many shapes to a butterfly, and I know that sounds weird, but a lot of people draw their butterflies different. So find the way that is easier for you and just draw it. And don't worry about thickness of the lines because you're going to make them thicker. You can make them thin, you can make them thick. It depends on what you're going. But if you're like beginning, just go with the thicker side of it, if that makes sense. Because if you try to make them too thin, you're just going to mess up. And I am no means like an expert at drawing a butterfly. I've just done this a few times and I feel like I got it now. So that's kind of what I'm going for. And my butterflies are definitely sisters and not twins. So what I start off doing is kind of extending that line from where the wings meet. And then I go in and I just draw lines wherever I see fit. You don't have to really draw your lines where I am. And I know that this feels like, no, you're wrong. But when I said make sure the inside of the butterfly wings is rounded, this is what I mean. I am going through and on every line, I am curving that. And you kind of see what I mean. I am curving those inside wings. And it doesn't matter if I take it further up, because you know, that's just going to make it more unique. Like, I feel like there's no wrong way to make these curves. Just do them and don't stress about them. I feel like sometimes that's what my hang up is I stress about things being perfect, but how much stuff really is perfect? It's really not that much. I don't think anything is perfect. So yeah, there's a little bit of textures and there's mess ups to everything. So don't really stress about perfection at this point in time. You will get it. As long as you keep trying, you'll eventually get it. So this is just me, again, going through, curving those lines, making my butterfly curvy. It's a curvy butterfly. And you can make as many lines as you want to, as less lines as you want to. I feel like 3 is a good number. Well, 2 actually. I think I added in 2 lines, which makes 3 curves. I feel like that's a good number, especially for the size of my nails. If your nails are longer, you definitely want to add in more or less. So again, my nails are sisters and not twins. I was going to cut this part out of the video, but I feel like somebody else would want to see it, so I'm just gonna hush and let you watch it. But this is sped up more than the rest of the butterfly, just letting you know. Like I said earlier, I'm just going to put some under pressure on the pointer and the pinky, and it is a lot more subtle because you saw I wiped off the brush a little bit more for this portion because I didn't want it to run on me. I think that's the reason why it's a lot more subtle on the pointer and the pinky. But I love it. I love that little pop. And again, use the silver gold or rose gold paint to do that line, and it really will pop out a lot more. So now I'm just going to take my LGN Pro Bling It gel, and I'm going to bling this nail up. In all honesty, like I said, I really had no plan for these nails, so everything was kind of made up on the spot. And I did throw caviar beads on the pointer and pinky off camera because it is a headache for caviar beads. But on the pointer, I'm sorry, on the ring and the middle finger, I did all of the bling at one time. So if it looks different at the end, they did slide. I tried to push them back into place, but even in the lamp, they just ended up sliding as well. And I did do the caviar beads just random. I didn't really have a perfect place to put them. Even the bling, I didn't really put it in a specific place at the time. I was just trying to copy it from both sides, but it really wasn't a real reason to put it anywhere. I just felt like that's where it would pop it, if that makes sense. So this is the set complete. I'm sorry guys, I really want to get y'all outside pictures, which is why they're not on my hand at this moment, but it's been raining for the last 2 days, so this is actually the end clip. But thank you guys for joining me. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I make new videos twice a week. I want you guys to have an amazing day. Bye.